The following is a presentation of TFNN.
11 seconds. You've got 10 seconds. The countdown going on right now. Morrow up to Schultz. 5 seconds left in the game. Do you believe in miracles? Yes!
Let's go to Ilka in Boston. Ilka, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding.
How are you?
I'm doing wonderful.
Steve, seriously, you guys are unbelievable. You are doing wonders for all the traders.
Well, thanks. We appreciate that.
The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, all you wonderful money masters and treasure hunters. Welcome to the July 18th terrific Thursday edition of today's Opening Bell on the Trader's Edge. I'm your host, Steve Rhodes, and I absolutely treasure your presence here today. My outcome, as always, is to help you to become a better money master and to provide you with tools that each of us need in order to lead an inspired life. Because leading an inspired life, folks, that is what it's all about. So let's go look at one of our tools. This is the tool I call The Magic is Within You. You know, of all the things that can have an effect on our future, I believe personal growth is the greatest. That's why I spend each day learning something new. In fact, teach this belief system to your kids, to those that you love in your life, because you see, the major key to their better future, the major key to your better future is you. Let me repeat that. The major key to your better future is you. Put that someplace where your kids can see it every day. You know, maybe it's in the bathroom, in the kitchen. How about on the refrigerator? Maybe it's on their door. Anywhere that they can see it every day. You see, the major key, always, the major key to your better future is you. You, too, you know this to be true, and it's why we must remind the ones that we love, including ourselves, each and every day. The major key to a better future, well, that's us, folks. Now, there are many things that will help you, you know, for to create a better future. You know, if it doesn't storm, no, I guess that will help. If your car doesn't break down, certainly that'll help. If the kids don't get sick, that'll help. If the neighbors stay halfway civil, most certainly that'll help. If your relatives don't bug you, that will help. If maybe if it's not too cold, if it's not too hot, all those things will certainly help you to have a better future. Maybe if prices don't go much higher, I'm not talking about the stock market prices. I'm just talking about, at the grocery store, where have you. If taxes don't go up and get much heavier, that certainly will help. How about if the economy stays stable? Those things will certainly help. We could go on with a list like this, on and on and on. But remember, the list of things all put together, they play a minor role in our better future. The major key to a better future, it's just so simple. It's you. Lock your mind onto that because it's super important. Question. Let me ask you this question. How do you develop an above-average income? Think about it. How do you develop an above-average income? It's simple. Become an above-average person. It's always about working on you. A long time ago, I learned to develop an above-average handshake. A lot of people want to be successful, yet they don't even work on their handshake. My brother-in-law, Ross, he actually taught that to me without even knowing that he did. Many, 35, 40 years ago, however it was, when I first met him, successful lad out there, and it was his handshake that, I realized that was key. Develop an above-average smile. You think that'll help to pay off? How about above-average excitement? How about above-average dedication? Develop, how about this, an above-average interest in other people. That's what we do for you each day here at TFNN. I always say to have more, you've got to become more. So remember, work harder on yourself than you do on your job. For a long time in my life, I didn't have that figured out. That was a lot of time wasted. You see, the magic, folks, the magic is within you. The magic is in that handshake. It is in that smile. It is in excitement. It most certainly is in determination and development. All of the magic comes from within. And you, folks, you are the major key to your better future. Let's go check out the future of the market. Let's check out the futures. We've got the Dow futures up 15 points right now. They're traveling out at 15,455. ES Mini up 4 points at 1679. And a quarter. NASDAQ up a couple points at 3081. Russell 2000 up 3 points as well. King dollar up 20 ticks. The euro back about 32. The yen a little bit movement out in the yen. We'll take a look at that. Goldilocks up $6 right now, trading at 12.83. Silver flat at 19.40. Light sweet crude, unfortunately, hate to be the bearer of bad news, up 62 pennies right now, trading at 107.12 out there. We take a quick peek around the globe over in Europe right now. We've got the DAX up 32 points, about 0.5%. The FTSE having a good time. That is up 51. That's up 0.75%. Over in Asia last night, a little bit of a mixed bag. You had the Shanghai off 1%, down 22 points. Unchanged really in the Hang Seng. It was off 26 points, but that's on a index that's at 21,345. So that's just a drop in the bucket. The Nikkei up 1 3/10%. Trading out at 14,808. Our call-in number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call if you'd like me to take a look at your stock chart, maybe help you with a technical pattern or something that you're looking at. Maybe you've got a question. Could be something like a swing point or an A to B equals CD. And I would be grateful for your call and happy to answer that question. We're going to start off today taking a look at the EKG of the market. That's the 30-minute chart of the S&P futures. Right now we can see, yesterday if you joined us for the show, we drew a black line across the top of my screen, a black horizontal line. Excuse me, that is an area of resistance. Let me grab some water here. Sorry about that. I had something fly into my throat. That's never a good thing when you're speaking on the air. That black horizontal line, that is an area, that is where the Bulls and the Bears are fighting it out. We've been duking it out up there ever since, really, the high that was put in here at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon on July 15th. Today is, July 18th? So it's been a battle that's been going on here for a while. Each time that the ES Mini gets up into that level, got up there back at about 10 o'clock in the morning on July 16th, was back up here at about 11 o'clock in the morning yesterday, July 17th, and as, of course, we've got up here today again as we came onto the air at 9 o'clock. Now, in this case here, the relative strength indicator getting up towards the top of that overbought range, up in that 70 level. So it only makes sense that as that area gets taken on, that it's going to act as a area where we're going to see the market either move sideways or pull back a bit, and then it's going to attack that area again. It's going to attack, until it breaks that area. And then all of a sudden, that will become your next support line. So it's an area where the battle is going on. If we switch over into the daily chart, we'll see on the daily chart, a couple of days ago, we had a little bear. The bears showed up. They created a bearish engulfing candle here in the ES Mini. In fact, let's see, the high of that session was 1679.50 on July 15th as well. And, of course, that bearish engulfing got completely erased with yesterday's action. What does that set up? That sets up a run for the top, at least May 22nd. That high, 1685.75. You're at 1678.50. I suspect we'll see that take place today or tomorrow out here. It is summertime, light volume. Should be no problem to get up there and test that level. If we go take a look at the other daily chart, see what we have going on here. You've got the NASDAQ futures. The NASDAQ futures, they are set to make a run all the way to the 3105-ish range. They're at 3080 right now. Right at 3105, you'd have a nice 1.272 butterfly sell pattern. Also be a 1 to 1.618 A to B equals CD up. That's coming off of that June 24th low. This, I believe, sets up a tiger butterfly right in that 3116, 3105 level. I expect that that's what we'll see. We can also see here on the NASDAQ futures, on the daily chart, in an extended condition, getting into that overbought territory. If we take a look here at the Dow futures also now, it looks like the Dow futures are up and above the most recent swing point here from July 15th. That number was 15,444. So the Dow is going to get up. It is going to go ahead and test that high from May 22nd, 15,523 on the futures contract. If we go finish this off, take a look at the Russell 2000. Russell 2000 setting up a 3-drive to a top pattern out here. This would actually complete July 29th. I suspect this will actually go ahead and complete just a tad early. That's going to be a 1.618 expansion off of the swing points out here from May 22nd. That high, 1,008, all the way down to the low that was put in on June 24th, out at 938 out there. That price target area right around 1053. There's your 3 drive to a top pattern. Yes, it can go ahead and finish early and still qualify. You've got an A to B equals C. You got everything coming together right in that 1050 area. Also happens to be the top of its next primary trading range out there. That covers all of the indexes. Let's go check out the currency market here. Let's go see what we've got going on. We do have King Dollar moving up a bit. That is because we've got the euro here backing off. Now, in the euro, as we take a look at it, the euro here, there's something here I've got labeled little rainbow convergence. And what we've got right in this area here is where we have all of the moving averages. Well, I say all of the moving averages. The moving averages that I like to take a look at, which is the 8-day, the 21-day, the 50, and the 200. And they are converging right here. And whichever way the euro decides to take off from here, when these moving averages start to split, that will send up. Now, these moving averages are lagging indicators, but they are great when you have a convergence, when all three actually meet. In this case here, what we have seen the euro do, we have seen the euro make a retracement all the way back up to the 0.618 level. But all that the euro is doing right now, just because we've seen this sell off a bit here at the moment, that does not mean that this is bearish at all. You came into this 0.618 retracement area with really two wide-ranging bars. The first one here, it was more of the emotional move. That was on July 11th out there. You see the wick, had a nice spike up into that area. It was rejected. Then yesterday or 2 days ago, we see a wide-ranging bar coming back in there. Take a look at where price is traveling here right now. Still with inside the body of the candle from July 16th. That says to me that what the euro wants to do is get up into the 0.786 retracement level. In fact, he may even make A to B equals CD up here. Let's go take a look at that, what that pattern would look like. Nah, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna fly. If there is an A to B equals CD, it'll get all the way back up to the top of its range. But the key here is going to be the body of this candle, and that is the candle of July 16th. Let's go take a look at our currency pair here that tracks the market, the U.S. stock exchange, better than anything else. That is the euro Japanese yen. And that should be right here. There we go. Euro Japanese yen. So as we take a look at this here coming very close to completing that Gartley sell pattern. That's up at the 131.96 level. So far today, intraday high 131.46. We'll call it. It is up, and I'm going to go ahead and get rid of these red horizontal lines going across my screen. But that's the pattern that is completing. It's a 1.618 expansion of the B to C swing point. It's also a 0.786 retracement. This thing has made some really beautiful patterns out here. That's going to be enough energy to go ahead and push these markets higher as well, so that we can finally get the test of the May 22nd level. That's inside the S&P 500. That is inside the Dow. This will be the energy source in order to be able to get that done. When we get back, we'll go take a look at the commodities. We'll take a look at bonds, anything else that you'd like as well. You can give us a call at 877-927-6648. It is Terrific Thursday. Thanks so much for being here, folks. We'll be right back.
Who says you can't take it with you? TFNN says you can. With your mobile device and TFNN's live radio streams, TFNN has put it all in the palm of your hands. No special apps to download. No subscription fees for live radio or TigerTV streams. We say you can.
Now let's go over to the dollar, because the dollar is going to be the generator. It is the generator of basically higher dollar, lower market. And what the dollar has done, and this whole uptrend, folks, has just gone sideways. The way it works, folks, is this.
We say you can. The Tiger Financial News Network. Smart investors and professional traders know you can. TFNN.com. Educating investors. with the launch of TigerTV. TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With TigerTV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, David White, Larry Pesavento, Andy Hecht, Victor Jones, or Terrell Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on TigerTV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out TigerTV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing.
McEwen Mining is a high-growth, mid-tier producer in the Americas with a market capitalization of $1 billion. Experienced mining executive Rob McEwen, as chairman, CEO, and president, owns 25% of the outstanding shares of McEwen Mining and has put in place an ambitious business plan with the goal of qualifying for inclusion in the S&P 500 by 2015. With $70 million in cash and liquid assets as of the end of 2012 and completely debt-free, McEwen Mining is poised for growth. Production in 2013 is forecasted to grow at 24%, reaching 130,000 gold equivalent ounces, and over the next 3 years, McEwen Mining projects that their production will increase to 290,000 gold equivalent ounces, almost a threefold increase from last year's totals. If you'd like to find out more about McEwen Mining, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE or TSX under the symbol MUX.
Patterns, profits, and peace of mind.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's trading newsletter.
Patterns, profits, and peace of mind.
In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the Forex market, and more. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 full weeks. That's an $85 value. Yours free when you register right now.
Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind.
And get the edge you've been looking for.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen, live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den, absolutely free, for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Steve takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. Let's take a quick peek at the commodity sector. Then let's go look at some of the stocks here popping and dropping before the bell opens. We got bonds, a 30-year Treasury chart up on my screen. You know, we can see that descending trend that it has off of the highs out here. That's the red diagonal line. If you're watching this on Tiger TV, maybe you're listening on the radio or your mobile device at TFNN.mobi. Thanks so much for doing that. Remember, you can always catch the archive of this show on Channel 9. The descending trend line we're looking at coming off of the May 1st high out there at 149.21. Your next touch point, really, I'd say you could use the high out here of June 6th. You can see price yesterday getting above that and actually closing above the body of the July 5th candle out there. So it had me as a starting to believe that we'd see a bounce moving up into 138.25, maybe even 142.3 out here. That still is a possibility, but now what it needs to do is close above the actual candle of July 5th, and that level is 136. Even Steven out here. So that's on the 30-year Treasury. If we take a look at light sweet crude, again, it's not backing off. It's pedal to the metal all the way up into that 114 level. It broke out of that 14-point sideways trading range, that one-year trading range. So it's got 114 written all over it. We take a look at silver here. Silver acting a little bit weak, really struggling with that session from June 26th out here. It did break above it on July 11th. As far as the retracement that it has made, we take a look at that coming off of the low from June 28th all the way up to the high that was put in here on July 11th here, 7-11. You can see it's done a little bit more than a 0.382 retracement, so not too bad out here, but still a little bit weaker than Goldilocks. If we take a look at Goldilocks out here, gold right now. Yesterday, a lot of folks think that that was a key reversal session. It most certainly was not. Yes, it had two of the three elements, and that it did close in the opposite direction, and it did take out did test the high and the low of the prior session, but not an extended market at all in the way of gold on the way up. And now I'm using that by just simply the determining factor here being the relative strength, relative weakness indicator out here. It's right in the middle. It's neither overbought nor oversold. Gold is going to go ahead and make its way up into the 1321 level, and we'll see what happens as that area gets approached. Now, let's switch over, take a look at a lot of stocks out here, out with earnings after the bell yesterday, before the bell this morning. We've got eBay. eBay is down about 7% here this morning, off almost $4, trading at $53.50 last trade. IBM is up 2%. That's up about $3.70 right now. You've got Select Comfort Systems, SCSS. That's off 7%. Down 10%, Sherwin-Williams. That's off $19. We'll go let's go take a look at Sherwin-Williams right now. See where that is trading into. See what in the heck these guys here had forecasted. SHW is the ticker symbol. Give me a moment here. There we go. We got Sherwin-Williams. Let's see. What did they throw out here numbers-wise? They generated net income of $250 million versus $227, not too shabby there. Net revenues, net sales, $2.7 versus $2.61 out here. So they, what do they got? An acquisition. That's what's driving the stock lower. So they're going to acquire Consortio Comex out here. So that's what's driving it lower. That's trading down $19 right now. Yeah, so it's off about 10%. Let's go see where it's trading into. 164 is the area where it's trading into. See if we've got some volume back in the 164 area. Let's see, do we have volume in 164? So 164 is going to take out the swing point here from June 21st. There was a little bit of volume there, 1.5 million shares. 164-ish is the range here. So 164 is actually going to get all the way back down into April 3rd. Not a bunch of volume there. Looks like that volume bar 164 is right here on January 31st of 2013. So it's going to take back quite a bit of price in a short period of time. It closed out at 183.19. The volume down there only 1.8 billion shares. Got to be careful because the volume bar on this equity, two of them that stick out are October 25th, 2012, 3.8 million shares in the 149-ish type range out here, and just a little bit lower than that is July 20th, 2 million shares at about 132. So Sherwin-Williams is going to get a little bit of the hammer here this morning. Let's go take a look. Let's go back and take a look at eBay. eBay has been a nice performer out here. eBay is getting hit a bit this morning. Let's see what they turned in. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Let's see what they turned in. Well, I won't take a look at what they turned in numbers here because we don't have enough time here before the bell. We can look at it afterwards. But eBay right now down about 7%. It's going to open up right around $53.50. Not too bad, though, because the swing point low from June 24th is $50.83 to $51.33. I suspect it'll try to get down there and test that. Not a ton of volume, so we'll see what eBay's going to do here after the first 15 minutes of trading or so. 877-927-6648. We'll be right back, folks.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization execution capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. With the stock market flirting with all-time highs and volatility back, now is the perfect time for a 2-week free trial to Market Insights. On Monday, June 24th, Tom O'Brien closed out all 5 open positions in his daily newsletter, Market Insights, with all trades being profitable and ranging from a 2.23% gain all the way to more than an 11% gain in just one position, for an incredible 32.7% profit combined between the 5 trades. Let Tom O'Brien's years of market experience work for you. If you'd like to see for yourself what kind of trading newsletter Tom O'Brien delivers to his clients each morning, then now is a perfect time to sign up for a 2-week free trial to his daily newsletter, Market Insights. In a volatile market like we currently have, the potential for fast market moves like we've seen recently is a trader's dream. So don't wait any longer. Sign up for your 2-week free trial to Market Insights today at the front page of TFNN.com. With over 3 decades of commodity trading experience, Andy Hecht has developed a system that combines both technicals and fundamentals. He calls this approach Technomental, and now you can put it to work for yourself with his brand new service, the Technomental Commodity Report. In this weekly newsletter, which comes out each Thursday morning, Andy gives you his analysis of the market price direction bias using fundamentals, and then specific trade recommendations including entry and exit points using technicals. The recommendations in the newsletter are always based on stocks and ETFs, so a futures account is not required, and Andy will often use options in the recommendations as well. Andy will tell you where to get in, where to get out, and he'll outline the risk-reward profile for all recommendations. To get your month-long free trial to the Technomental Commodity Report by Andy Hecht while locking in the low introductory rate, visit the front page of TFNN.com today. Daryl Martin coined the phrase diagnostic trading, and we're happy to announce that his diagnostic box spread analyzer has finally been released. The Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer helps you easily identify the best box spreads on Nadex in seconds, plus you receive access to the diagnostic deviation levels, as well as step-by-step training videos teaching you how to trade Nadex spreads so you can quickly master the mechanics of this simple yet powerful trading instrument. By pulling live data from the Nadex exchange, the Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer does all the math for you, calculating risk, reward potential, distance to break even for both outright spreads and spreads used to hedge the underlying market. Visit the front page of TFNN.com today to get your 2-week free trial to Daryl Martin's Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer and gain access to the valuable information it can provide when trading the Nadex box spreads.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
To the races. We got the Dow up 40 points, trading at 15,509. S&P up 3 at 1683. Composite down a point at 3608. Russell 2000 up 2 at 1044. Google down 34 cents. Apple up $4 right now. Microsoft down 18 ticks. Intel off 83 cents out there. We'll go take a look at Intel here. To the upside, we've got Overstock.com up 13% here this morning. What is behind that move? That's up 393 out here. I guess they were out with numbers. Their revenues go something like this. If I can find it, I can't really. Total revenue of $293 million versus $239 out there. Apple up $4. United Health Group out with numbers. They're up about 6% this morning, up 380. Crown Holdings up $2. That's up nearly 5%. Johnson Controls out with numbers. They're up 6%. Humana Inc. up 2.5%. Aetna up about 3%, up $2. To the downside, Sherwin-Williams, we covered that earlier. Spirit Realty Cap, that's off 48%. Must be a What did they do here? See if there's a news behind that one. No, they completed a merger, so that's why that thing is trading down. Amazon off 572. We'll have to take a look that way. That caller from California taking a look at Amazon a couple of days ago. eBay off $4. I don't think Amazon was out with numbers. No, they were not out here. Jack's Pack off 24%. The Pack Rabbits. What is Jack's Pack out here? They are offering $100 million convertible notes out there, so that is what taking that lower. American Express, AXP off 2% this morning. Let's start making the rounds, taking a look at some of these equities here that are popping and dropping. So eBay, let's finish off with eBay right now. That's traveling out at $53. The volume so far in the early stages is 4 million shares. Coming out of it, only 9.5 million shares, down at June 24. So eBay's going to make a run for that June 24th level at 200-period exponential moving average. Has not been below the 200-period exponential moving average since January of 2012. So we'll see if that level here holds, but that's what it's headed for. Most certainly, that 200-day exponential moving average on this is 51.65. It's at 53.44. We'll see what kind of volume and whether or not this sets up any kind of a buying opportunity out in the market. That is on eBay. Let's go take a look at IBM. They were out with numbers. They would opened up about $4. Let's go see what, in fact, they are doing out here. You know, IBM traveling inside that trading range. We've identified, so it's been selling off ever since the open out here. Popped up. We'll see if this thing can stay out here. What it's traveling into right now is the downdraft area from June 21st out here. That had 8.9 million shares as it was moving down so far today and trading 1 million shares here. Now, IBM, the ideal trade setup on IBM is getting all the way back down and testing the larger consolidation range, which is be getting back into the 183 level out here. IBM did have some big volume to the downside, and that was 18 million shares on April 19th. All that it did was it got back up and tested the area where it broke down from, which was April 18th. Did that on lighter volume, it was about 4.9 million shares. Again, the benchmark here, either 6.4, which was the actual breakdown day, April 18th, or the session here from April 19th. So we'll have to pay attention to IBM, see how this actually trades here today. It is up over a swing point most recently from July 8th, so that A to B equals CD on that swing point here. Let's take a look at that. Your A point would be the low from June 28th. Your B point would be the July 8th high. Your C point is the low on July 9th out there. 1-to-1 is what it has already done, 198.15. So we'll pay attention to IBM. Neither oversold nor overbought at this stage. So we'll come back and take a look at that. Let's see, we had eBay. Let's take a SanDisk, not much of a move out here. Sherwin-Williams, let's go take a look at Sherwin-Williams. So that is down at its 200-period exponential moving average. Let's go see when was the last time Sherwin-Williams was below that area. It looks a little like eBay. Last time we saw price below there was in October of 2011. So this may become a pretty decent support level. A heck of a chart out here. Heck of a run off of the lows in September of 2011 on Sherwin-Williams, down at $71. Has been as high as $194. Even Steven, hey, one of Basil's round number highs out there on May 15th, 2013. So we'll see if this 200-period exponential moving average here holds. You got good volume coming out of it. If it doesn't hold, what Sherwin-Williams will do should move down to the October 25th area. That's got 3.8 million shares, somewhere in the 139, 140 type range out there. Let's see what else we've got on some of the stocks here. We've got Verizon. They were out with numbers. I don't see any big movement there. Let's take a look at United Health. UNH is the ticker symbol out here. Gapping up this morning, doing it with some decent volume here. So far, 1.7 million shares, going against the most recent high of 4.4 million from July 10th. So it's certainly taking out a swing point with volume here this morning. Let's put this back on a little longer-term chart. Let's put it on a weekly chart. And see what it is doing. So Sherwin-Williams here breaking above broke above the resistance here. Let's move this line up right to about right in there. It broke above the resistance area the week of June 28, 2013 out here. That resistance level being the highs of 2005, 64, 61. So where will this stock head to? That's a great question. Let's take a look here at saying consolidated for a bit, so it broke out of the consolidation. Let's take a look at that consolidation range. Let's go put the measurement on that consolidation range here. A short one, but there's about the price level for the consolidation. So if we take a look at the breakout of United Healthcare on the weekly chart, you take a look at that. It's trading right now up into that consolidation level. So the move here in United Health may be a bit, maybe over. Let me just do this here real quickly. Let's see if this, and it is on the weekly chart, even in its bought condition out here. So, and the trading range we were looking at from a consolidation, I'll go ahead. This is, again, a weekly chart that we're looking at in consolidation patterns. They truly can be your friend out here. If we take a look at that consolidation level that I was just simply going to, was the easy one, really about this area right here. And as soon as it broke that, either direction, what you can do is you can tack on to the top of the range or the bottom of the consolidation range, and that's going to give you your first measured move out here. And that's what we've got, and that's what it has done here during this week. That was on United Healthcare. Let's take a look at some of these other equities here bouncing today, either to the upside or to the downside. You do have Verizon here now starting to move a little bit to the downside, so let's go check and see what this is doing today. Down with about 1 million shares. The swing point from June 3rd out here has 17 million shares, so it's got pretty decent volume. As we take a look, VZ, by the way, is the ticker symbol on Verizon. It's not a bad-looking stock chart at all. Verizon does have a, let's see here. Actually, give me a moment to do something. I'll come back and do it. So Verizon headed towards the swing point from June 3rd out there with 17 million shares. We'll see if that area here can hold. Let's see, what else do we got? We got BlackRock out with earnings. Select Comfort Systems. Let's go take a look at Select Comfort Systems. Those are the bed people with the number, I believe, the bed number in there or something like that. In any event, they have a gap down here this morning with 800,000 shares. This thing here, all that this did was got back to the area where it broke down. It was some pretty decent volume here. That was on January 25th, 2013. Let me go ahead and get rid of the moving averages, just clean this up a bit here, just so you can have a better look at it. So there we go. We'll delete this. So if we take a look at this equity, I'll put the line across where it broke down, the actual candle, which was January 24th. We'll make that a black line out there. And the volume on the breakout session. So I'm going to go ahead and put that volume across the bottom of my screen as well. And your benchmark really is obviously the day where it broke down, which was January 25th. But the stocks will move back into the area where they broke down, just like when you're buying breakouts. In this case here, that's what Select Comfort System has done. That was getting back into the January 24th level. 2.5 million shares. Now, it got back up into that area with 1.9 million shares, 839,000 shares, 895,000 shares. So got back up into that area on lighter volume and couldn't bust it up. Now what it is going to do, it's going to bust it down. But in this case here, may not bust it all the way down to the bottom of March 4th out there that's got volume, because what's going to stop it in place here right now is going to be this volume bar. Oh, no, I take that back. That was June 21st out here. So this should head down and test the June 24th level, 998,000 shares. Now what we're going to want to be doing here, as some of these equities start to move back and test the June 24th level, is really pay attention to, are they coming back into that area on lighter volume, or are they coming back in with higher volume? Because when we do take a look at our sectors inside the S&P 500, as we take a look at the actual ETFs, we know we've got volume down there, and the characteristic going to be on any pullback, on any retracement, what the market will do, it'll move back into that area. So we're going to want to pay attention to equities as they pull back into the June 24th area out here. Let's see what else I've got on this screen before Intel. We wanted to take a look at Intel. So Intel was out with numbers. They were down this morning here 80 cents. Right now they're down about 67 cents, off about 2 3/4 point. They're running into this hammer candle, so they should have some pretty good support out here. And that is on July 10th. That's got 50 million shares down there. You have already tested it today, so it's tested the top of the candle, which is $23.30. So gapping down this morning, doing it with volume, though, 11 million shares already out of the balloon inside Intel. We'll see if this hammer here is going to hold. The low of that is 22.64. So you got 22.64 to 23.30. Now let me count the days here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. interesting. I teach a system. In fact, if it's inside the archives of my Mastering Probability newsletter. You know, one of the things that I do is put together educational resources. There's about 40 hours worth of educational material inside the Mastering Probability newsletter service. If you haven't test drove that, go ahead and do yourself a favor and do it. It comes with a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Means you get to test drive that for 30 days, no risk whatsoever. I'm going to be holding a workshop. I believe it is next Thursday evening. And I have done so many other workshops in the past. I only like to come out with a new workshop when I've got some great new material. And that's what I'm going to be sharing coming this next, it's Wednesday or Thursday. I'm pretty sure it is Thursday evening. But you know what I'll do during the break? I'll look that up just to make sure so I give you the right numbers. But in this case here, I also included inside that is I teach you how to buy hammers. There's a system that I've identified, and in this case here, Intel may actually be qualifying and moving into that area here because of the day number that we are at here right now. So Intel gapping down this morning, doing so with volume, but coming into what should be some pretty strong support. You've also got this high volume bar out here from January 17th. That seems to be what it's also holding it in check. That volume there is 100 million shares, so should be able to find some pretty decent support right around here. A quick peek, see what else is on this chart. I want to go take a look at Amazon I can't recall who was calling me on that. It could have been Brian out in California. So maybe whoever was calling is actually listening in. So I don't see anything else on this these sets of charts here for us to pay attention to at the moment. I believe I've got the Amazon chart over here on my little core section. Right now we've got the Dow is up 72, S&P is up 5. We'll go check in on those and see what they are doing as they go attack that May 22nd area. But let's take a look here at Amazon. So Amazon this morning moving lower. Let's see what kind of volume we've got behind the move out here. So far today, 650,000 shares, but coming into this big sign of strength, wide-ranging bar, good volume, and that is from July 12th out here, 4.5 million shares out there. 650,000 shares. Got some pretty decent volume, but it's running into some friends. It's running into some bullish friends out here. And in the case of Amazon, it does look more like it wants to get to 312.74 out there. But we'll just have to wait and see how this thing trades here today. Of course, it's got a big high-volume bar down here on April 26th. So that's where it would want to head to, right into about the 270 to 250 range when this decides to croak. But remember, the key here is paying attention to this bar. This bar here is really critical. It is the essence of price. And I'm looking at the July 12th bar, and that is from the open was 298, and the close out there at 307. And until that area gets busted, Amazon actually wants some higher price out there. You know what it did do? It did let's see here. Where's the expansion? Let's do this. Give me a moment here to take a look at this expansion, because let's take a look at the possible butterfly pattern that would be setting up here. Maybe that's what those numbers were actually out there. So the 1.618 expansion, I mean, it hit it perfectly. 308.93 was the number it actually got up with a doji on July 16th and got up at 309.39. So, to make a 1.618 expansion and begin to back off, that would make a little bit of sense here. But this bar is really going to be key, and that is July the 12th. Let's go take a look here. So now we know where the battle was. I'm going to go back over to the shorter term ES mini chart out here. Let me see which one we have. So we now know that the bulls here have gotten over that, what is it? The number was 1679.50. So that area now is going to become a support, because what happens? Old resistance becomes new support. Hasn't been tested here just yet in this session here going into the 10 o'clock time frame. The bulls now have taken that area over. Oversold or overbought conditions remain here right now. So we should see it start to travel sideways. But if we go take a look at the daily chart, I believe it is the number here on the daily futures for the ES still has not been hit, but they will. That number is going to be 1685. You're at 1681.50 right now. Dow's up 76. S&P is up 5.5. We'll be right back.
You've always taken the long view when it comes to investing, but what if there's an opportunity right under your nose? What if you could be more responsive to market trends to seek to boost your portfolio performance right now while seeking to reduce your overall risk? At Direction Funds, we connect investors with alternative strategies that seek to maximize their returns. Smart investors deserve smart alternatives. Find yours at directionfunds.com. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of Direction Funds carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Funds. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact the Direction Funds at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. Investing in index funds may be more volatile than investing in broadly diversified funds. Distributed by Rafferty Capital Markets, LLC. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Recently, Basil Chapman has had some outstanding trades in his newsletter, The Opening Call. Each morning by 9 a.m., Basil uploads his newsletter to the TFNN servers so that his subscribers can access his expert trading advice. Basil gives his take on the direction of key indices and updates any active trades that his subscribers are currently in. Just recently, Basil's subscribers closed out a short position in Chipotle Mexican Grill, CMG, for more than an $86 profit per share, over a 20% gain in just one position. If you'd like to try out Basil Chapman's newsletter, The Opening Call, then visit the front page at TFNN.com and click Trading Newsletters. There you'll find Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, where you can request a free sample copy. Also, don't miss Basil's program, The Tiger Technicians Hour, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, on TFNN.
Tom O'Brien's weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, has helped subscribers for over 10 years navigate the high-risk world of exploring and producing gold companies. And now's a great time to sign up for a free month-long trial to see the kind of insight that Tom delivers for his subscribers on a weekly basis. Every Monday, Tom O'Brien issues a quick update on the metal market, giving you his take on the HUI, XAU, GLD, dollar, bonds, and much more. Tom follows Monday's update with a full gold report, which is delivered to subscribers Tuesday afternoon with detailed coverage of 24 separate gold or metal stocks, as well as another 10 to 15 stocks that he lets you know are on his potential watch list. Get your month-long free trial to the Gold Report today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Don't spend another year navigating the metal markets on your own. Act early in 2013 and make the most of your gold and metal market investments.
Catch the Money Masters as they teach you the art of mastering money when it comes to trading and investing. Next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. Right now, we've got the Dow is up 67, S&P is up 4.5, NASDAQ just flat out here. Russell 2000 up 4 points, NDX 100 off 6. New York Stock Exchange, though, wide market breadth, 1,345 net advancing issues. New York Stock Exchange actually leading the charge, the upside up a little over 0.4% out there. One of the tools that I've been working on is what I'm going to be sharing in the workshop here that I'm doing next week. I did a special report, which you can still access, folks. It's called the Trend is Your Friend. If you haven't downloaded that report, go ahead and do it. I've actually been working night and day. Grinding the hours out here, developing an automated trading system. My little Stevie's little black box out here. And I had a request in the den to take a look at the IWM out here. And yesterday was really one of the breakthroughs. Still have more time to be putting into this, but an automated trading strategy. And what's cool is, certain signals that I look at. If you're watching us on TigerTV, you can identify the areas here where it tells you to go ahead and take a long position. The red little dots you've got going across my screen, those are for me. Those are the stops that are put in place out here. I also have it auto-adjusting the stops based on certain based on a certain trading strategy that I have developed out here, and the results are really, really, really cool. So I am looking forward. If you'd like to understand that, all you have to do is just become a subscriber to Mastering Probability. So just go to the homepage of TFNN.com. And if you can't be at the workshop, that's no problem. It's on your members page for 30 days out there. So if you've never tried Mastering Probability, now's the time to do it. It's got a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. So you're really not making the commitment. I'm making the commitment to you to teach you something that's very, very cool out here. Now, if we take a look at IWM, let's go back to my other charts out here and take the auto trader system off of the screen. We're taking a look at the IWM. It's in the process here of trying to complete at least a 1.618 butterfly sell pattern. That's in the 104.50 area. It's been up to 104.03 as we speak here right now, so it's got a bit higher to go. Now, that 1-to-1 A to B equals CD on the IWM takes us up to 105.09. So the range we're looking at is somewhere between where we're at now and 105.09. It's going to need a bearish reversal signal in order for that to actually occur. If we take a look at the swing point for May 22nd out here, you can see that it is up and over it on lighter volume. So what this is forming out here is a 1.618 tiger butterfly pattern out there that says that price will go ahead and pull back and test the May 22nd area, that high, because of the volume that you've got out there. If we take a look at now what's also forming here is an A to B equals CD in that area, and here's where it gets a little bit dicey, a little bit tricky, because if we take a look at that B to C retracement, no, actually it doesn't get dicey at all. It's just I'm dicey in my own head. In this case here, the retracement was a 0.618 retracement. That does say that, just a 1-to-1 favor is the favored A to B equals CD up. We do have to be paying attention to the fact that price is still on the inside track, meaning the left-hand side of that C to D leg. So you've got some strength inside the Russell 2000. But if you do take a look at just normal retracements, let's assume that pattern here goes ahead and completes and works out. The dead cat bounce, the 0.382 retracement is 98.99. That takes you right into the May 22nd swing point. But that pattern has not completed. You are getting into the overbought territory, but it is in my opinion, it's too early to take the short side of that trade, which is the TZA. You want to get a reversal signal. We have not. Yes, you're up on light volume, but you have not received any kind of reversal signal. You did have a small minor one here on July 16th, but that was erased yesterday. Folks, thanks so much for being here. Stay tuned. The Money Masters show is up next, and if you're off to start your Thursday, have a terrific Thursday. I look forward to seeing you soon. Take care, folks. Have a great day. Nowhere, spelled N-O-W-H-E-R-E. At one point, we've all been there. Whether it be our health, career, or our finances, some might be there right now. So where are you when it comes to your trading and investing? Better yet, where would you like to be? The good news, I can take you from nowhere to now here right now. Same letters, N-O-W-H-E-R-E, just a totally different emphasis and focus. Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes with TFNN, and on July 25th at 6:30 p.m., I'm going to share with you a trading strategy that I began on May 10th when the S&P was at 1627 and closed at the same price 8 weeks later. That's right, the S&P went nowhere versus a trading strategy that produced a 100% hypothetical return in that same period of time, and it's now here for you. Subscribers to my daily newsletter service, Mastering Probability, have free access to this exciting live workshop. The trend is your friend. All the details are on the homepage of TFNN.com. Decisions shape your destiny, and your trading destiny is now here for you.